Welcome to Heath Riles Barbecue. On today's episode of Shooting the Q, we're going to be doing a viral recipe that I seen on TikTok. Since we created TikTok, I'm kind of addicted to watching the 60-second videos. So I'm going to put my spin on this recipe that's been all over the channel since I got on. Let's get started. All right, the first thing I want to do for this recipe is go ahead and get my grill fired up. Today I'm cooking on my Traeger Timberline 1300. I'm going to go ahead and get it set on 400 degrees while I get the recipe ready. I'm going to start with a block of Feta cheese, about 2 pints of heirloom tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, whichever one you like, and just kind of dump them around your cheese here. Now, once you get them all scattered out in the bottom of the skillet, I'm going to come back with about 10 to 12 cloves of garlic here that I'm going to sprinkle in. Now, I really like garlic myself, so of course I'm going to use a lot of it. Then all I'm going to do to this recipe is take about a half a cup of olive oil and kind of swirl in here around the tomatoes and the cheese. Now, once we get it all seasoned up with a little bit of olive oil here and get this ready to roast, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use a little bit of Italian seasoning here. I'm trying to create those good Italian flavors, but we're going to put the spin on this dish by smoking it. So Italian seasoning, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of my garlic jalapeno rub around those tomatoes and on top of that feta. I'm going to go with a little bit of the garlic butter rub. I love the taste of the different types of garlic in here with the butter that's infused in it. And then I'm going to come back with a little bit of my simple citrus for a little bit of that acidity in the back end. Now, once I get that done, all I want to do is get it on the grill for about 45 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere up in there at 400, just enough till your tomatoes are roasted down and your cheese has started to melt. But before I move on and put this on the grill, now I'm going to take my other cast iron skillet and take about a pound of medium, already peeled and deveined shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and get them in my pot there. I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil on them. Now, I'm also going to season these the same way. A little bit of Italian seasoning. All I'm going to do is spread them out and get them ready to cook with those tomatoes and cherries. But these are not going to take as long, so I'm going to let this kind of marry, the flavors just kind of marinate with these shrimp here, and let it sit here at room temp just for about 20 minutes before I put them on the grill after this has been on for about 20 minutes. All right, let's get everything on the grill. Now, the only thing I did, my tomatoes and feta's been on about 25 minutes. I put 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of minced garlic in here with this shrimp just to kick it up a little bit more. I'll have that in the recipe section down below. And now I want to go ahead and get it on my Traeger. Now, we're still running about 400 degrees. We like about another 15 or 20 minutes on the tomatoes and feta melting. And so our shrimp's going to have to cook about the same amount of time, so everything should come together perfect. All right, we're back on the grill. Our feta and tomatoes have been on here for about 45 minutes. I think our shrimp is going to be about done. Let's take a look at them and see. Oh, yeah. Look at that wonderful, how the tomatoes have all come down and the garlic and the feta cheese is kind of browned up on top. Our shrimp is about done right there in the garlic butter. So let's get both these up, get our noodles mixed up. We're going to have us a pasta. Now that our tomatoes, our garlic, and our feta cheese and olive oil and all our seasonings are off the grill, you can see that our tomatoes have cooked down, our garlic has caramelized some, the cheese is melted and ooey and gooey, our shrimp is cooked, and we've cooked a 10-ounce package of pasta here. Now, I've got some fresh Parmesan and some fresh Basil cut up here that I'm going to doctor this dish up with. So the first thing I want to do is take a masher here and just kind of mash this together. Now, you got to be careful. These tomatoes are hot. You don't want any juices splashing up on you. And just kind of mash it around and mix it around. And once you get all your tomatoes mashed up, mushed up, just trying to incorporate as much of the cheese and the oil mixture as you can. Now, I'm going to take this fresh basil here and go ahead and put it in here in the sauce. A little bit of it. Now, Get it mixed around here. Incorporate it in. You should smell the flavors going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pasta up here and get all this up. Oh yeah, this smells really, really good. Now, I'm gonna take my tongs here. I'm gonna get this shrimp out of this skillet. I don't want all that juice that's in there, but I wanna go ahead and make sure all the shrimp and garlic's incorporated into the dish. Now, the good stuff starts. Let's get it all mixed up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grate some of my fresh Parmesan in with this dish. Now, I think that'll be enough to fold in. I'm gonna top it some more once I get it back in the cast iron skillet. All right guys, once we got it back in our cast iron skillet, I've grated a little bit of fresh Parmesan over it. I put the rest of the fresh basil I had on top, and I'm gonna take a little bit of my garlic butter rub just to put back on here. Just a little bit more. Now, you can eat this just like it is. You can return it to the grill for about 5 to 10 minutes to set that sauce in there. I'm good with leaving it alone with the fresh Parmesan on top myself. This dish turned out fantastic. It smells great, and I know it's gonna taste great. Ain't but one thing left to do, and that's taste it. I know it's gonna be good. This is an excellent dish. Now, I did not add any pasta water to it when I tossed it because I didn't think it needed it. If you want to make it a little more creamier, you're always welcome to add a little more cheese and some of that pasta water to kind of toss it around in. Season it again with a little bit more garlic butter on top of that Parmesan cheese, and fresh basil really made it pop. Remember, you can make this recipe your own. You can add some grilled asparagus or some broccoli or some more bell peppers or anything like that to the tomato mixture roast on the grill. Please make it your own like I did when I found this viral recipe on TikTok. I can honestly say I'll be making it again, maybe with chicken the next time, to try it out for a family meal. Remember, if you like what we're doing on our channel, be sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok at Heath Riles Barbecue. Thanks for watching.